to you by Penguin.
The Thirst, written by Nesbo and read by Barrett. Prologue. He stared into the white nothingness, the way he had done for almost 3 years. No one saw him, and he saw no one, apart from each time the door opened and enough steam was sucked out for him to be able to glimpse a naked man for a brief moment before the door closed and everything was shrouded in fog. The baths would be closing soon. He was alone. He wrapped the white toweling bathrobe more tightly around him, got up from the wooden bench and walked out, past the empty swimming pool and into the changing room. No trickling showers, no conversations in Turkish, no bare feet padding across the tiled floor. He looked at himself in the mirror, ran a finger along the scar that was still visible after the last operation. It had taken him time to get used to his new face. His finger carried on down his throat, across his chest, and came to a halt at the start of the tattoo. He removed the padlock from his locker, pulled on his trousers, and put his coat on over the still damp bathrobe. Tied his shoelaces. He made sure he was definitely alone before going over to a locker with a coded padlock, one with a splash of blue paint on it. He turned the lock until it read 0999. Removed the lock and opened the door. Took a moment to admire the big, beautiful revolver that lay inside before taking hold of the red hilt and putting it in his coat pocket. Then he removed the envelope and opened it. A key, an address, and some more detailed information. There was one more thing in the locker, painted black, made of iron. He held it up against the light with one hand, looking at the wrought ironwork with fascination. He would have to clean it, scrub it, but he already felt aroused at the thought of using it. 3 years. 3 years in a white nothingness, in a desert of empty days. Now it was time. Time he drank from the well of life again. Time he returned. Harry woke with a start, stared out at the semi-darkness of the bedroom. It was him again. He was back. He was here. "Nightmare, darling?" The whispered voice by his side was warm and soothing. He turned towards her. Her brown eyes studied his, and the apparition faded and disappeared. "I'm here," Ruckle said. "And here I am," he said. "Who was it this time?" "No one," he lied and touched her cheek. "Go back to sleep." Harry closed his eyes, waited until he was sure she had closed hers before opening his again. He studied her face. He had seen him in a forest this time, moorland, wreathed in white fog that swirled around him. He had raised his hand and pointed something towards Harry. He could just make out the demonic, tattooed face on his naked chest. Then the fog had grown thicker, and he was gone. Gone again. "And here I am," Harry Hurler whispered. Part 1. Chapter 1. Wednesday evening. The jealousy bar was almost empty, but even so it was hard to breathe. Mehmet Kalak looked at the man and woman standing at the bar as he poured wine into their glasses. 4 customers. The third was a guy sitting on his own at a table, taking tiny little sips of beer, and the fourth was just a pair of cowboy boots sticking out from one of the booths, where the darkness occasionally gave way to the glow from the screen of a phone. 4 customers at 11:30 on a September evening in the best bar district in Grinnerluca. Terrible, and it couldn't go on like this. Sometime.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?